Hi, everyone. This is Nilesh here. Hey, hi, Wen. How are you doing?
Hey, Neelish. Awesome.
Excellent. So we already got a few folks who joined. Hey, hi, Corey. How are you? I'm glad you're able to make it. And Jason is here. Hey, Jason. Saying
Corey,
Jimmy Jones
Jason,
made it here for
Lyle,
the start. Beat you, bro. Okay.
Rohani.
Alston is here as well. Hey, Alston.
Hey,
Oh, there
Austin.
we go. Hey, Lyle is here. Hey, Lyle. Oh, wow. We should do more lives at this time of the day because there's more people who've joined. That's great. Hey, Ruani is here. Hi, Ruani. How are you? So I'm glad. I think we've got a few things we were going to chat about in just to sort of like a weekly update because we haven't been live streaming in the last, although my goal is to stream every day. Uh, but I wanted to talk about a few things, and Win, you wanted to talk about a few things in what's going on in the community, some of the apps which people are having issues with, and some of the ways and ethics in terms of how you deal with people and how you address in comments and things of that nature, right? So, um, my only ask is with people like if you don't like something then certainly you are okay to comment. Those just don't go on a personal attacking mode kind of thing, which I wanted to address a little bit about Chris, who's a valued member of our community, and Paula made a post about it as well today. And so, when what do you think? I mean, are you aware of what is going on?
Yeah, I saw it. I was a bit perplexed by that. I mean, these guys that are doing great job of creating content, putting reviews in our community. You and myself, Joe, Jenny, Ruhani, Chris. Lots of guys, and I think I saw some from Jason too. But um, I love it. When people go out of their way and they share about tools that they're having a good experience with, or maybe they're not having a good experience with, and they're talking about it in a transparent manner. I mean, that can only be helpful if we're having open-ended talks like that. I think Chris said to me, "Have you checked out Adriel? Adriel." So he knows that I'm a data guy and that I'm bullish on data, and I do a lot of that stuff. I do a lot of that stuff. So if I find that Adriel is a good tool, I will be talking about it. I haven't looked at it yet. But it did surprise me to see a couple, not just one, but a couple of people accusing him of being a shill. I think that was kind of weird. But I haven't watched the review, so maybe if I watch the review, maybe I can sympathize. But I would be surprised that Chris would be shilling any product. It just doesn't seem right.
No, no. In fact, he is not. He's not even an affiliate to AppSumo. And I talked to Chris in the community on chat as well, and he has, he brings a lot. I mean, there are a lot of good products on SaaS Mantra, and he is aware of what's going on, and he will tell me exactly what product he likes, why he likes it, and he shares so much valuable stuff and I was like, hey, Chris, are you okay to go and share that in the community? And so he's been posting it. So I mean, once he's posting it, obviously, if you don't agree with what he's doing, you are okay to make your point, I think. And not everybody has to like Adriel or has to like Chris or his review, but I mean, just
I'll
because
tell
it's
you this.
Facebook does not mean you go on attacking somebody. I mean, you treat people with a
Yeah,
little bit of respect, right?
I
So,
agree. I agree, and it kind of. I'll tell you this about Chris's recommendations. Um, Out of all the people that do recommendations and reviews, Chris's are probably the ones that I listen to the most. I don't know why that is, but every time he said go and buy something, he's like kind of got me by the scrag of the neck and said, "You got to check this out." I
yeah,
go check it out, and
yeah,
sure enough,
yeah. He
turns
was the
out to be
one
a good
who told me
product.
about Grist. He was the one who told me about Upticks, and all those are like really good apps. And if he, oh, there you go. Jason saying, I want to honest review from people so I can have a complete view of any product. No attack should happen. Absolutely, Jason. And I'm sure everybody who's tuned in would agree. And look, if there is something which you have to say, I mean, for sure, talk about the product, right? Like, I mean, instead of attacking Chris, tell the community what's good about Adriel, what's not good about Adriel. At least
You know what?
people will learn, right?
I just had a theory. I had a theory, right? What if those other people were the actual shills, right? Like they were paid by. Now here's a funny. I know this is not true, but like here's my kind of crazy brain thinking about this. What if those other people were paid by Adriel to go and accuse Chris of putting on a fake review so that it could blow it up, and then everybody would talk about it and create a storm, and then everybody goes to check out Adriel just to see if this tool is good or not.
Can
I mean,
happen.
you think about all the publicity that they've gotten through our group because of this. I think it's kind of crazy.
Yeah, it can happen. And the funny thing about Adriel is it does not have that many reviews. And it could be, one of the reasons could be that they haven't done any type of, like, maybe they haven't done giveaways and they're not willing to, just give away stuff for reviews. Maybe they are an established company, right?
Well, let's go have a look
That's
at
why
it.
they
Let's
don't
go
need
have a
to
look.
do
Let's go
that.
have a quick look. Are you going to share your screen or share my screen? Which
You can go ahead and share your screen.
okay. Here we go. Here we go. Let's go and have a look at this dramatic tool to see what kind of dramas it's created. Your marketing command center. Okay. Video takes ages to load. Never mind about that.
Yeah.
Okay.
And they seem to have, decent sized customers. So I'm just wondering. Yes, sure. I mean, maybe it is a really good product. I mean, maybe we are not used to something like this. I mean, there are rarely, like, look at Nice Reply, right? Nice Reply is actually an established company. They have a very specific niche. They're addressing certain things from a customer satisfaction perspective, and that's the only thing they're doing, and they're doing it really well. I mean, it's probably, last time I checked, they had like 4 or 5 reviews. But, I mean, that's an established company. They've been around for like 8-9 years, and they probably don't care about, just giving out codes for reviews. And that's why they have less reviews. Does not mean that the product is bad or is not good, right? Like, because a lot of reviews these days are created from, because of a lot of free stuff and whatever, right? I mean, if that's what it is what it is. But does not mean if an application has less reviews, it means it is bad these days, right? I mean, goes both ways.
Yeah. Okay. So I think I've gotten enough information now just by looking at this landing page. Seems impossible, but I've looked at a lot of these products. A lot. Okay. So the main problem with people when they're making decisions about their marketing is they don't actually know what's driving the sales or the leads and what's losing money. Okay, so that may sound kind of silly today because we have all these pixels, we have all these analytics, but yet I'm going to tell you this: that there's that old saying that the data doesn't lie. Okay, we've all heard that. The truth is that data lies. Okay, so that statement is not true. Data lies all the time. It depends where you got the data from, how
Yes.
you got the data, what was involved in getting that data, what polluted the data, what's missing from the data, right? So these are all factors where data can be wrong and data can lie. And so when you make emphatic decisions about your business, whether you're going to buy more advertising, whether you're going to do more or less social media, more on Facebook, more on Instagram, more on TikTok, more articles, whatever the case may be, you have no idea what's going on unless you have a way of tracking that. Okay, so that's tools like Adriel that help with that, right? And we've seen other tools like this come through. We saw Morpheo, we saw Reports, these are all excellent tools, but they're all variously good and bad, right? So the one tool that I compare these all against, right, is Wicked Reports. If you're looking for a bespoke enterprise level reporting tool for your business, if you're spending at least let's say at least $20,000 a month. You're not going to be using this tool if you're spending $100 a month. You're wasting your time. Okay, so for those of you who are just getting started and in advertising and trying to track your different efforts, whether it's on TikTok or your blog or whatever, don't use Wicked Reports because its starting cost is like $600 a month US. Okay, that's the starting cost, and then it goes up from there. Okay, so we our agency MeasureBit as a partner with Wicked Reports. So if you want that, we can do that. But anyway, I'm not pitching for your business. I'm just saying that it's an expensive tool. Okay, and then there's other competing products like Hyros and Segmetrics and Supermetrics, all excellent in and of their own way. So I would compare a tool like Adriel to something like maybe Segmetrics. So you'd probably be paying $100 plus a month for something like that. The problem with this data, okay, I'll tell you straight off what the issue with it is. Okay, so there's different ways of looking at your data. So number one, if you're relying on a Facebook pixel or a Google Analytics pixel or a Google Ads pixel for your data, I'm telling you, you are making mistakes about your data. Right? I'm just going to tell it to you straight. You're losing money if you're advertising and you're relying on that data. And I know this because I'm looking at these kind of campaigns all the time. That's what we specialize on. Yes. The tools like Adriel will help you with that because now you're joining data straight from the your advertising data, how much it cost, how many leads, how many sales, how many whatever. You're getting that straight out of Facebook. You're getting that straight out of Google. You're getting that straight out of TikTok. So I'm just reading the landing page here, and Adriel is saying that they help you to get data out of the actual APIs. You need to get data straight from the APIs, and you need to join it together in a system. Then you need to be able to run reports on it to be able to figure out what's happening, right? So Adriel, for the person who is still at a pretty moderate level with their advertising, I think Adriel looks like a pretty good tool. Just as Morpheo was a pretty good tool. Just as I haven't checked out Reports, but I think it sounds like Reports was a pretty good one. Now, I'll tell you what the issue is with this tool. When you compare, you need to compare this against Wicked Reports in order to understand this. Watch videos on Wicked Reports to understand what I'm talking about. The issue is the attribution models. What we're seeing here is just the assumption that, how do I explain this to you? When you compare, okay, so when somebody first comes to your site, that's called a first click attribution. When somebody comes to your site and it's the last time they've come to your site and they convert, that's called last click attribution. When somebody comes to your site multiple times, they come through Facebook, they come through YouTube, they come through some other channel, they've come to you through a search engine. That's called, there's various models to describe that. There's linear attribution, there's probabilistic attribution, and each of these models answers a different question. They all answer different questions, and you have to be able to, in your system, be able to chop and change between models to understand how much is it costing me to bring somebody into the top of my funnel? How much is it costing me to nurture somebody in the middle of my funnel? How much is it costing me to close the sale? These are all different questions, and your advertising and your marketing and your article creation and your content generation should be answering different parts of your funnel. And this is how enterprises think. This is how they work. Now, if your data can't tell you those questions, then you're swimming in the water. And this is what separates the big boys from the small boys. But anyway, a tool like Adriel, from what I can see, is very much targeted at small and maybe medium-sized businesses, definitely more smaller businesses. I hope just on my one landing page review that I've just had a look here that I haven't underrepresented the product. But anyway, I haven't gone inside it, haven't looked at it. But if you're not using any other kind of tracking and you don't have any idea what's going on, then I think Adriel will definitely help you more than the Facebook and the Google and the analytics pixels that you're currently using. In short.
So I just want to give a quick hello to, hey, Felipe, how are you doing? Danny is here as well. Hi, Danny. And we have a comment from Zav Tai. Hey, is this something like ClickMagick? I'm currently using that to track all the ad spend and ROI across platform.
Okay, so ClickMagick has no no pretty pictures. You generally use links, and you generally use your own tracking domain. I've used ClickMagick in the past. It's a good product, but you can't really compare ClickMagick to this because most of your tracking is done through links. Okay, it's what people get access to through the links. Okay, so whether that's data passed through the link itself, but with something like Adriel is actually pulling out actual data out of the back end of different systems. You can't compare the two things. Like I said, if you're only collecting data out of the front end of your system, whether that's your website, whether that's your mobile app, that's not enough. You're losing data and you're making bad decisions about your business. And that may not be such a big deal if you're spending, I don't know, $500 a month, but it certainly becomes a massive problem as you start scaling up your campaigns. I mean, we're talking massive amounts of money that gets lost just by making the wrong decisions. So this is ClickMagick here. It's an adequate tool. It's a great tool. Nothing wrong with it. It's been around for years and years and years. I don't know if you can still use it for free. I think I still got a couple of free accounts on there. But yeah, I don't use ClickMagick anymore. It's just not the way I do things.
Adriel actually received an Innovation Hero Award in 2020 from Facebook. They are an official marketing API, Innovation Hero for Marketing API, right? They're a Facebook partner, and they received an award, right? I mean, so you're talking about a product which is an official partner of Facebook, right?
Yeah, it's a big deal. It's actually a significant thing. But you don't actually need to be a partner to be able to pull data out of Facebook, but it definitely does help with the API hookups and stuff like that. It looks like a decent product. I think, if you're able to get something for under $100 a license, then get it, man. It's gonna.
Yeah, and I'm not sure when the campaign is ending. I mean, I would actually love to invite somebody from the Adriel team and talk a little bit about that. And since this is your area of expertise, I'm pretty sure you should be there. We'd love to invite them and talk a little bit about that, right?
I would, but I'd be giving them some pretty pointed questions. Like I said, those different models, the different attribution models, actually do make a big difference. They're huge. But like I said, if you're just getting started and that all it sounds like gibberish to you, and you just want to know, here's the thing. Here's the question you should be asking yourself when you're looking at any data. Doesn't matter if it's advertising data, or it might be something that you're seeing in the news. You must think about provenance. Where did that data come from? What kind of data what kind of steps has that data been through? Has it been manipulated? Has it been polluted? Has your data been obfuscated from it? Always asking these questions of your data. Can I trust the data? That's the question.
Yes. So Sav is saying you checked, it's ending in 6 days. So maybe we could invite the founder and see what Adriel is all about, right? And how does Adriel fit into scaling lean, Win? Because Jason wants to know how long before Win mentions scaling lean.
Okay. I can answer that question kind of. Okay, so in scaling lean, a big thing is about creating falsifiable hypotheses. So you create ideas about what your business is, right? And then you come up with metrics, and then you measure, right? So you create an objective, you have a pass or fail criteria before you run the experiment, and then you collect the data, and at the end you get an objective yes or no, right? So the problem, and so whether this scaling lean, that's it in a nutshell, really. Using ideation and then coming up with experiments to rapidly invalidate the assumptions that you've made about your business, and then through that you do what's called a fast loop learning. You fast loop learn through what your business really should be rather than what you think it is at the beginning. So you're falsifying your biases, you're coming out with a more articulated understanding of what the problem is that you're solving for a specific cohort of people. In order to be able to do stuff like that, you have to be able to collect reliable data. It all comes back to being able to collect reliable data so that you can make intelligent, evidence-based decisions about what you're going to do more of and what you're going to do less of. And that's it in a nutshell. Really, it doesn't matter what you're doing. Collecting good data and being able to make good decisions is what it comes down to.
Well, let me ask you something. Do you have Halloween in New Zealand? Like, do
Yeah,
Halloween, like trick
yeah,
and
we do.
treat and stuff?
I lived in Canada for a bit, so so I got exposed to the whole North American phenomena of Halloween. It's not really a British thing, and New Zealand is, after all, a British colony. It's really an American thing, right? So I lived in Canada, and I was blown away. Like it was like culture. It was like a cultural kind of a shock to me, like how into it everyone is. Not just the kids, but like all the adults. Like
Yeah.
every year would make a massive deal of it. The other, actually, what my favorite event is in North America is Thanksgiving. I love Thanksgiving, and actually one of my favorite desserts is or puddings is pumpkin pie. Love pumpkin pie. I had a real hankering for it when I came back to New Zealand. So no, in short, no, we don't really get into Halloween here. It's we do have a number of people from North America, Canada here that try to revive it every year, but it's always one of those things where you go around and people are like, here's an egg, here's an apple, it's like, yeah, and you guys are losers.
Well, our colors match with Halloween, and so
Yeah, I saw
it's
that. Is it Halloween there at the moment? Sorry, I've lost track because of COVID and all of that.
yeah, no, it will be soon. So the American Thanksgiving before that, right? I guess. Or yeah.
So anyway, Adriel got a good promotion today, thanks to Chris and all of the drama that's been surrounding it. So
yes, I mean, there is obviously depends on your use case. I'm not saying that it is good for. I mean, and that has always been like, not every app is for every single person, but see if it makes sense, right? I mean, and we don't want people to be discouraged and afraid of sharing something. If you can, because I mean, I would like to be, we want to create a community where everybody can share their knowledge and, grow together, right? Rather than people being afraid of sharing things, and that would kill the community. So, and if somebody's doing that, we need to address that right away.
Well, let's take the converse point of view. So one thing that we're hyper aware of in this group is the fake reviews in AppSumo, right? It's happening all the time, and we know that a number of those people are either like fake profiles that are created by the founders or the marketing directors themselves, or they're by people that are affiliates and they're posting, either incentivized reviews or they're this is just like, everyone knows this happens in AppSumo now. They should just stop it because it's just stupid. But they don't, and they're complicit in it, in my opinion. So that's the opposite side. So you got people like Chris and Joe and Jenny and Jason, other people who are creating all of these great content on our site. We should be thanking them and rewarding them somehow rather than punishing them. But anyway,
absolutely.
All right.
Absolutely.
Do you want to talk about what else you want to talk about? You want to talk about Swipe Bucket? What's happening there? Is there any news updates on that? It seems like a burning wreck.
Yeah. No, I mean, with Swipe Bucket, certainly if you have it, you should refund it right away, and make sure you don't store your data on there, right? Like, for sure there are problems with that company, and that happens to a lot of lifetime deals. And, there are some lifetime deals which you can rely on, and especially like, so something like Phone Wagon, right? Like, I mean, if it's phone numbers, you started using those numbers for your business, and suddenly the company sells off. I mean, and then they want to, you to refund the money. Right? I mean, that's not an ideal solution for a lot of people, especially if you're using those numbers. But what are you going to do? I mean, there is nothing you can do for now, because of course, there is no return agreements from terms of telco world. You would have something like, hey, you can port those numbers. These numbers are legally yours. I mean, these companies don't want to do some of that, right? So you have to be careful. Like Swipe Bucket, something much more easier, but probably users saved a lot of information. I would just say let it go and get a refund from AppSumo as soon as possible, and make sure you use something more reliable.
So what's the deal there? What happened? Can you give a bit of a backstory about what happened, how that whole thing went down?
Yeah. So with Swipe Bucket, there were apparently three partners, right? So there was some lady in New York and guy Nick, I believe, and so Ursa, I think, and they're based in New York, and they worked with a developer in India, and apparently this was this lady's idea, and the guy in New York, and then they had some disagreement. Then the founder decided to, the guy in New York decided to take down the website
Holy
completely.
heck.
And yeah, I mean, and then that was it. And then I think they came back with some other name, and
So they took the same code base, different name, and then relaunched it again.
I think the Swipe Basket or something. I'm not sure. Anyway, it's just like a really strange.
Swipe bastard.
Yeah,
I wish somebody would call it swipe bastard.
Because of these, I mean, there's going to be a lot more things like that coming up, right? Because of the marketplace and the type of deals which we are seeing. I mean, don't be surprised if there is going to be always something new coming up, right? So I would say, if you, for an established business, be very careful, be very thoughtful in terms of what you use. 800 reviews on AppSumo means nothing in terms of the reliability of the application and the quality of the application, versus 4 reviews on AppSumo could mean a lot more. That application is actually a lot more reliable, right? So things have, put things in perspective, see what makes sense, and then use the application. Now, something like Swipe Bucket, I'm not sure if anybody could have predicted it, but there should be some due diligence done around who are the founders in case of agreements done on the back end and things of that nature. Go ahead. Yes.
Who are the founders? How long have they been in business? Do they have any funding? What businesses have they been in before? Have they had any businesses where they've burned people? What's the prospects for their growth and sustainability? These are all questions that we should be asking. We should be open-ended about this stuff here. And going back to what you're saying about the 4 review scenario, this is one of the reasons why I actually rely on these reviews in this group, because I can get a somewhat less biased idea of whether a product is necessary in my business or not. Number one of the things that pay attention. We are rigorously filtering people out of this group that we think are shills, that we think are just pumping products because they're doing it for their own benefit. We want this to be a place. We want to build a place where upon trust, upon a collective effort by all of us to benefit, where we can all make money, where we can all get great tools. That's what we want. And we got some staggering stuff coming up, hopefully at some point, that we're going to release that will help people all in that vein. Okay. Hey, Joe, how are you? Good to see you here.
Yeah. Hey, Corey is asking, the companies you have interviewed in the last 90 days, has anyone had a bad experience? So, to my recollection, I mean, in terms of all the companies which we have interviewed, there was one company where we had a problem reaching out, and that was inline checkout. So
that's right.
We
that wasn't 90 days though. That was about 6 months ago.
That was 6 months ago. But let me talk a little bit about it. So, and it wasn't exclusive to us or something. The guy was like, hey, we were just starting, and he was like, he wanted to, access the community, and he was going to do a giveaway. So he launched it in a few other communities as well. So we were like, okay, so we did
honestly,
the live
the
stream.
product looked amazing. It looked amazing.
It looked amazing. We did the live stream, and the guy seems very sincere. I mean, we still have that live stream on in the inline checkout. So the guy was like very sincere. It was pretty good live, and I mean, wow. So then we couldn't reach him after a few days. I mean, we couldn't reach him, so we're trying to contact him, and he's just like
Just
he's
odd,
gone.
man.
Anyway,
Just
so he
odd.
did reply back to me, and then he said, "Hey, the product is working. We had some problems, but it's back on." And I'm sorry, and I was like, what happened, but we said, hey guys, no, if anybody paid, just make sure you get a refund, whatever, right? But I mean, it had nothing to do with us. Like, luckily we haven't, like, we did a few promotions like WP live stream, block C, but in whole verify was like, but there was nothing of that sort. It's like we're always lucky to work with like really good developers. And inline checkout, I mean, we did the stream, but nobody actually bought it, so it was okay at the time, and it worked out okay. But yes, Corey, thanks for asking that question. I would always be, that's why I want to get a little bit of feedback as well. We try to scrutinize and see which are some of the good tools and only be a little bit more selective, because we do get a lot of requests around, hey, do a stream with us, and we're going to give away free codes. But we don't want to do that for the fact that, we don't want people to just make comments in which are pro for a tool which is not actually making any sense for the community.
So,
but I would like to hear some
listening,
thoughts as well. Should we do that?
Just so these guys know, I want them to know that we turn down more products that try to post on our group than we approve. Put it that way. That's the first thing. We disapprove more than we approve. And the second thing is that we will not.
We disapprove like 90% of it, actually.
Most of them.
Yes.
Yeah. Because there's so many products coming out now. It doesn't take that much for people to develop a product, whether you're using Elementor or Croco Blocks if you're doing a web-based app, or one of these app building applications on mobile. It doesn't take that much for people to put together a steaming pile of crap anymore, and then just put it straight out there and then sell it. And so we're not interested in that. We want to have some kind of longevity in our group, and we certainly won't interview somebody if we think they're not worthwhile. You want to answer that question?
Yes. And I mean, we get offered codes all the time that, hey, just post this for us and we'll give you codes. And I mean, I'm just not sure if we want that culture, but I would love to get your thoughts on it and see if we should just interview everybody. Because we could, but there is no value in some of those tools which we see, right? But
I think it's fair to say, Corey, for the most part, if we interview them, then at least we think they're legit. It's not necessarily to say they're legit. Sometimes we get it wrong, but hey, we do our background checks, and we do our best. The odd time, like with that shopping cart app, we obviously got it wrong. It's just how it goes sometimes. I think Jason was saying that for Swipe Bucket, you can get 3
swipe pages. This is a different swipe pages. I messaged Swipe Pages, and they did confirm a 3-level lifetime offer available from them. Yes, so they did confirm, Jason, as well with me. But what I'm trying to do is checking if they can come to some sense and offer us a better deal for all our community members, and everybody gets to pay Swipe Pages directly. However,
that'd be amazing.
I want to see if, instead of just, if you're selling like, the tier 1 for $300, can you come up with something for $100 or $50 again, and then maybe a lot more people can buy it, right? And not sure if they're looking to raise more money or but I think if they are, it would make the effort, because a $300 price point, I'm not sure how many they're going to sell. So
they want to sell level 3 for $300? Is that what they're saying?
No, I think they want to sell tier 1 like for $300, and then Holy heck. They have the third tier they want to sell for like $1,000.
Jeepers, dude! I'm so glad I got my Swipe Pages. I love Swipe Pages. It's my favorite landing page builder right now.
Oh, are you using Swipe Pages a lot?
No, to be honest, no. I just use a eclectic mix of Landingy, Breezy, Swipe Pages. What's the other one? Symvoli. I'm using them all, but I've got them sprinkled all over the place, and obviously WordPress as well.
Yes. Hey, Joe, if you want to jump into the live, let me know. You're most than welcome. I thought you must be coming back from office, so I wasn't sure. But if you're more than welcome to, I messaged you that we're going live because it was just like random. But you are welcome to join us. Everyone is saying kids gone to sleep. Probably not. They're gonna sleep at 1 o'clock with Joe. As someone relatively new to the LTD space, how often do dramas like Swipe Basket happen? Oh,
6 months. 6 months.
Wow. Who is that question from?
My favorite one
Sam, yes.
is what's that one that built? It was that landing page / marketplace builder, the one that just blew up and then crashed and then rebuilt themselves and then crashed again and then they came back and then they crashed again. What was that one called? It was horrible. And it was an LMS. It started off as an LMS, but it had all these apps in it, and they were gonna create a shopping cart and then a marketplace, and then it was just an absolute hairball of a product. It never went anywhere. And then in the last couple of months, they welcomed everyone back again. And, can you remember who that was? It was like the worst. It was like the worst lifetime deal ever. I forget.
I don't remember.
If somebody remembers,
but
please let me know.
It happens quite a lot. I mean, especially lifetime deals. To answer your question, not all lifetime deals are lucrative and equal, right? I mean, you have to be very careful in terms of all these positive reviews and things of that nature.
Yep.
And you have to see that if the application works. I mean, we actually created a template based because I'm going to talk a little bit about that 30-day challenge, which I want to do around content and things of that nature. But the few things when we want to bring in founders, like our goal is to give a platform to really good niche founders who have potential, whose apps have potential, who are willing to deliver, right? And they're looking for good, genuine feedback from the community to make their product better, right? I mean, a lot of the founders, unfortunately, especially, with the marketplace in AppSumo having like 1,800, 2,000 apps, are just looking for some quick money. And I'm not sure, a lot of products, you will see like the development slow down. And I would categorize products into 3 main categories. One, first is like the products which really excel and do really well. And eventually they get venture funding and, they would go the Restream route, right? And then with that also, there can be problems because if they do really well, if they sell off the company, not sure if your LTD is honored, right? So you could be doomed if a company becomes really successful. The second one is the app is just hanging in there, right? And they will probably come back for an LTD after 2 years, 3 years. Maybe they have some MRR, but they haven't really been on to that map or the grid for G2 or something like that in the leaders quadrant. And they're just, yes, they're there, but there is tons of apps like that and they're just going to hang around, right? So you will see some development and that's okay, right? And then there are apps which will fail and then of course you get your money back, right? But a lot of that in the middle category, there is a lot of apps which are not going anywhere. Like they'll just be there. They'll come back on LTD year after year because SaaS is such a tough space. And that's how a lot of startups fail, right? I mean, so LTD is easy money for sure, but it's not like all LTDs are equal. So you're going to see a lot of drama. There is a lot of poorly vetted apps. So you have to be very careful, I would say. Yeah, so you probably, to answer your question in short, probably you see three dramas in a week, sometimes maybe three in a month, right? But it's going to happen a lot more because the quality of apps has sort of like gone down. The supply is high, and it's also depends on the community, right? Like, so if there are 4 project management apps, I mean, as a community, one of the things which we wanted to do, Saastribe, was like to get a consensus that, hey, as a community, we are going to back this app and be behind it. So if everybody puts money into an app, then the app has more chances of succeeding versus
We're,
you
yeah,
you know
we're stakeholders in it, right?
yeah, stakeholders in it, or just uh, having a common goal for that app to be successful. Now, if there are
Right,
four
right.
project management apps, and you are dividing the pie and you're dividing the number of users, then most likely that all those 4 apps will fail because they didn't probably raise enough money,
Yeah.
going the LTD route. Because what is LTD route, right? Like, I mean, it's like bootstrapping, right? So you want to have some money for the product to develop and some number of users to get good feedback and improve on the product.
Oh man, I can't tell you this idea, guys, but this idea that Neelish and I have is so freaking awesome, and it will help not
Yeah,
only us, the community, but also the founders to make more money, sustainable money. One of the things that, like, one of the problems that we have to help founders to solve. I know we want cheap deals. We want, like, the $50 mail shake, or the $50 limb list, or the $50 swipe pages deal. That's great. But the next question is, how can we help those founders to be sustainable? Like, how
yeah,
can they get profitable quickly? This is a really big problem, and it's something that both Neelish and I have been giving an enormous amount of thought work to over the last couple of years. But hopefully we get a chance to announce that at some point in the next few months. But man, there's some exciting things coming. Can we talk about some some of the lifetime deals that are probably worthwhile at the moment? What do you think? Or do you want to keep on talking about this stuff?
yeah, we can for sure. I mean, I just wanted to uh, take a few of these not often, but could happen. uh, Jason saying, "Hey Joe," and it looks like if you interview them, then they are legit. Yes, for most part, Corey, we have been lucky. I mean, we try to work with founders who we are approachable, and then you get a good feel as well how that person is based on a live stream, and what they're talking about, right? What they're all about. So that way we have been lucky. But the community also gets a good feel of who their founders are, and whether based on their answers, it makes a lot of, I mean, I've been talking to Jason based on their answers as well. You can decide, right, whether it makes sense for you to buy and invest into that application, or maybe you should look into the next one, right? So what is your favorite interview or product? Okay, Corey, that's an interesting one, for sure. I would say we are lucky to have some very interesting founders. Uh, I think they know really well what they're talking about. We had a good interview with the Uptix founder. We had a really good interview with Mastera, Quarry, Crow app, Directual, Leanbee. I mean, I can't, like, I would say a lot of these founders know
Super smart
exactly
people.
what they're talking about because they're
Mm.
very intimately involved in their developers, right? They know what their product is, and they are not like, I've seen, um, I mean, everyone we have interviewed, they know their product really well. So has been good. The Grist founder, what was that AI based data?
Gianna?
Gyana, yeah, brilliant folks. I mean, we were lucky to actually interview some very very
Yeah,
brilliant
and
folks.
we all missed out on that, right? None of us got it, but that tool was worth heaps, man. Lots. We all missed out on getting it. It's like,
Which Gyana? No, I got it.
yeah, how you got it?
Yeah, no, I have it.
Oh, good. Good. At least one of
Interview,
us got it.
yeah, interview everyone could be a lot of time spent. I think definitely better to pre-screen these companies with a strict manner. It will help everyone in the long run. Yes, you're right, Rohani. I think we that's what we have been doing, but we also want to get consensus from the community. I mean, we don't want you to miss out on, like, things, and people think, oh, there is no engagement and things. So yes, we can, if you want to see like apps, for us they don't make sense, but if you want to see them, sure. I mean, we can post them in the community and everybody can comment and win giveaways. I mean, if that's what you want to do, we can do that. I mean, we get approached all the time. We just we just very careful in terms of what we
Like if
talk about.
we look at it, we look at the founders, we look at the business, we look at the kind of presentation. If it kind of gives us an overall icky feeling, we don't do it. We just say, nah, never mind. And I'll tell you one thing I do immediately. If they tell me that they're on AppSumo and they've got any fake reviews, and I can tell straight away, the answer is no. It's like, no.
It's happened. We've had founders, like, the first thing we ask them is for the deals. We look at the page, and those reviews look like, so without naming anybody, like, we have talked to founders and then we said, well, those reviews are fake, right? So we're like, and then they say, oh, we thought it's okay because then that's how we can get some traction. It was like,
No,
no,
it's
there
not
are
okay.
other groups for fake reviews.
Yeah, no, we can point you in the right direction.
Yes,
We'll
yes,
point you in the-
yes, for sure.
Here's the thing, like we can, okay, so this is early days, right? This group's only at what, 12,000 people at the moment. Early days, guys, we can all make a lot of money together. I'm telling you, like the amount of money that we can make is staggering. This is early days. Like we're not making any money out of this group at the moment. Like, but we're also not worried. We're not bothered by other people doing whatever they're doing and spamming the crap out of the group. Look, here's the thing. I'm telling you, we haven't announced anything yet because it's still, for us, we're still conceptualizing and putting the stuff around this. But we're creating a space that we can all make money. And I mean that hand on heart, that we can all make money. That means that I've got to be able to trust you, you've got to be able to trust me, and that our area of connection, that we don't bullshit each other. We help each other. We put up good reviews about things. We create good content that helps each other. Not only the reviews on the products, but also how to use it, how to get an actual result. This is a place that we can all make money. That's just one way. But the thing that I'm holding back on you right now is the mechanism for doing that. And it's anyway, I think it's going to be amazing. I'm just blabbing out my mouth. So excited. But anyway, Unicorn World. Yes, it's Unicorn World. We're going to launch Unicorn World. Joe and myself, at least our daughters will.
Yes. Hey, Joe, sorry, I just sent you the link. Joe was messaging me. It's like he was looking for the link. So it's the same link, Joe. Just bookmark it. Anytime you want to join, you're welcome to. There we go. Joe is here. Let me just.
We shot past that hour mark already. I was saying to Neelish that we really want to wrap up this talk today by 1 hour. Fail again. Can we talk a bit about some of the deals that are on AppSumo at the moment that are pretty cool? And you guys chuck it in. Jason's already said that he likes simplified, so we'll talk about that real quick. But chuck in. Oh, hey Joe, how are you?
Hey, Joe.
What's up, guys?
Hey,
how are you?
Long time no see.
Long time.
Yes.
Yeah, I came on to discuss
Did you
Unicorn
enjoy your
World.
2 weeks off from live streams, Joe?
Yeah. Well, I heard Unicorn World, so I had to come on and just talk about the big plan.
Yes. So since you enjoyed 2 weeks of vacation from live streams, I think it'd be good to do like a 30-day straight live stream every single day.
A 30-day live stream. And let's not stop. We'll do it 24 hours and we'll just tag team in and out. No one's allowed to turn their live feed off. All right. So VidJuice, Joe, you told me about VidJuice. I want to talk about that real quick. I really like the tool. I rate it. It's a good tool.
Jason is saying, I wonder if swipe pages are reacting to the presence of PageMaker. Probably, but PageMaker is like so much more affordable right now, right? And Joe thinks it's going to be good.
Really? Is it as good as swipe pages?
No, not yet, but maybe one day.
Maybe, yeah.
I
I
don't
mean,
feel like
swap pages.
I don't feel like paying $1,000 for the new LTD they're launch they have.
No, truly. Okay.
Oh, so I was saying, Nilesh and Win, I really appreciate how you reject products and founders and only curate those you think will be of value to the community. So yes, I mean, Zav, so we actually, I mean, we don't do a live stream or do like a giveaway kind of thing, right? I mean, we still let the founder into the community, and they can make a post. They can make a post certainly and tell that, hey, my product is available on AppSumo, and get a feedback, right? What we don't want them to do is like start saying that, hey, okay, you just do this, and I'm gonna do this, and then we're gonna go and create like reviews, and then wow, how good is my product, and then everybody's happy, right? I mean, I think it will hurt us in the long run. So we are letting the developer still post and get genuine feedback. What we are not allowing them to do is just like do a random giveaway, and that's in our community rules for the longest time. Before anybody actually started doing giveaways, and before any of these communities existed, that was like, we don't want to do that for a reason that it is kind of misguiding for a lot of people. And that's where we need to, but we still let them post so that people can get an honest, people can comment and get an honest opinion, and from the founder. And yes, and if it makes sense, then we can still bring them on into the live stream. Sorry, Joe. I need to give you time to talk here. Thanks for joining in. So go.
No worry. No worries.
You were the one that recommended me about VidJuice, Joe. You want to talk about that real quick?
Did I recommend it? I think Rouhani recommended it.
Oh, was it sorry, Rouhani.
But I got it right after he recommended it. So maybe I recommended to you after that.
Yeah, maybe. Yeah, thank you, Rouhani. So yeah, VidJuice works really, really well. So the other day, just for a bit of context, I was asking everybody if they knew of a tool that allows you to download videos off YouTube and Vimeo and lots of other places.
I remember that. Yeah.
Yeah. It's $20 off $19 or whatever it is. Really good. Works really well. Very smooth tool. Just does what it says on the packaging. Great.
Yeah, because we were talking about Snap Downloader, I think, right? And then I was recommending that one, but I think it was over. And then we said, oh, VidJuice, which Rouhani just kind of recommended. I think someone else also commented on that one. It's a good tool, right? For the price. Can't go wrong.
That's $20, mate. You can't complain.
Yeah.
So, and the thing I use it for is because the reason why I download videos is not because I'm trying to rip them off. It's because I think that video may disappear at some point. So I want to keep a copy of it on my P Cloud. So I put it there. Jason's talking about Simplified. Anyone had any experience with that? It looks pretty sweet for collaboration.
Yeah, I got it.
Any good?
I got a hold of it. I used it for a few days, and then I refunded it because I figured it would just become shelfware with Canva and Trello and Adobe products. And then I mean, it looks like a great tool. It was a little buggy, didn't have as many templates yet, but they're going to add a social media part of it, which would be nice. I think it's a solid tool. The founder seems to be really cool and great on support, but there's some issues he's trying to work out. And I just felt like there's so many of these tools. There's going to be more of them, to put the money into other tools. That's where I'm going,
Yeah.
Oh, Sam is here. Hey, Sam. Sam was in our office. So Sam drove all the way from Hamilton, which is like an hour and a half. and we did a live stream. I gave him a tour of our office, and
wow.
We just chatted. We had lunch, And Sam was craving for that lunch because we went to a place where they had this chicken tikka wrap. And Sam was like, hey, I'm already craving for it. So Sam, welcome to come back anytime.
Did you leave a review for free lunch or an upgrade on lunch?
Yes. Well, I mean, no, I didn't. But a lot of people do that. A lot of people, if you leave a review, I think next time you get like 10% or 20% or something off. If you leave a Google review or a Yelp review, I mean, and Yelp is like, hey, if you want to take off bad reviews, then you gotta pay too. So I mean, I don't know if you read this guy. I read about this guy in San Francisco. He is some Italian guy who was making he was selling sandwiches, and he actually did a promotion where if you give him a 1-star review on Yelp, then you get the next sandwich for free or something like that. It became really popular. It became super popular, and everybody would come and give him a 1-star review, and that place was like a massive hit. I mean,
1-star reviews.
Yeah,
oh my god.
Yeah.
So he went opposite. He said, if you give me 1-star review, I'll give you a sandwich. And so he got publicity because everyone was giving him 1-star reviews. I mean, that's genius.
Yeah, because I mean, obviously, it would pique my curiosity. It was like, hey, why has this place got 5,000 1-star reviews? Why are people going there, right?
That's a genius. That is genius, man.
Right?
You think about it.
Oh yeah, I mean that was genius. He did really well. I mean, I think there was a whole court case and whatnot, and I think
God.
yeah. But he would reward people for giving him a 1-star review.
Yeah,
it's
give
crazy.
Them some and they never say, "Oh, you incentivize 5 stars, right?" You say, "Oh, he's telling me to get 5 stars." He goes, "No, I'm incentivizing you to give 1 stars." So in the court case, he'd get away with it.
Yeah. So I mean, for developers who are listening and who plan to go on AppSumo, 1-star review could actually work. Your software has to be really good though. So you can say to everybody that, hey, give us a 1-star review and we're not going to incentivize you because our software is really, really good. And we're not scared of it for 1-star review, and you'll do well. Who knows, right?
I want somebody to try it. Honestly, I think it'll be amazing. So I think it was Sam or somebody was asking about Adriel. We've already talked about Adriel. I haven't used it. Chris apparently has, although Chris got really beaten up for that. But I took a quick look at the landing page, and based on that, I got an initial quick impression. It looks pretty good on the face of it in terms of conceptually what it does. So I can't tell you how good it is, though. So sorry. Offio, I tried Offio. I thought it was a piece of rubbish. Sorry. But it just didn't work. It was so buggy. It was unbelievable. Same with Wave. I tried Wave, and everyone raves about Wave. So maybe my opinion doesn't count when it comes to these video tools. Ask Joe. Joe has more of a feel for those.
I like Wave.
I tried
both. Offio I used a few times, and it did okay. Wave I enjoy, but it doesn't do as much as people advertise that it will. Same with InVideo. Wave is better than InVideo because InVideo does shorter videos, and at least Wave does the longer video. But it doesn't do as much as people advertise that it will. Same with InVideo. Wave is better than InVideo because InVideo does shorter videos, and at least Wave does the longer video. But it doesn't do as much as people advertise that it will. That's weird. What's that?
It's going around in circles.
No. Sorry. That's me. Somebody asked me on YouTube, what's your Facebook group called? So that's School Me. So I went in there. I see you see a comment, and I went on YouTube. I was like, hey, I'm just playing it back again.
I hate the sound of my voice. I'm like, oh boy.
So hey, School Me. So welcome to join. I just posted a link on YouTube. Please join us and be a part of this community. So we look forward to seeing you here. Yeah. So yeah.
I want to talk real quick about Sales Rocks. So I saw Sales Rocks is back on the agenda for AppSumo. Kind of surprised to see them back, to be honest with you, because I thought they had funding and I thought they were making MRR. Now, honestly, I haven't used it a lot. I have used it for research, and it's got good data. Like I can't believe that tool's back, because it's sales automation with drip campaigns, and with the ability to research and to get leads and to tidy those up and stuff. I am actually really surprised to see them back. I thought that was a good deal. So I think
I've been looking at Sales Rocks as well, and I was surprised to see them back. I thought a lot of these LTDs are coming back. I mean, and they're going to come back again for Friday before Christmas. I hear some more coming back. So I don't know.
Yeah.
Maybe Swipe Pages are going to come back officially on AppSumo. That could happen. You don't know.
Yeah.
I keep thinking Nimbus is going to come back, or maybe I'm just hoping.
Who knows? Who knows, right? I mean, Nimbus is doing a great job, but I mean, I'm
Nimbus
not
is
sure.
great.
Nimbus is great, but they're having a lot of bugs, a lot of issues, and they're trying to work them out. I mean, with the video capture tool, Chrome extension, I brought it up with the community, and then other people are like, yeah, me too. It's got a lot of hype to it. The tool is great for note taking. It's my go-to tool at the agency.
Absolutely.
But sometimes recording a video and sharing it to my notes, it's a crapshoot whether it shows up or not. And I've lost many meetings, and they have no answer. They say, oh, reinstall the extension, try it again. So I think they're working things out, and maybe when they fix everything, they can do another launch and really make a lot of money.
Yes.
Yeah.
So
all right. Yeah, Nimbus is actually, from a note-taking point of view, I've completely dropped using RoboForm and Notion and stuff. I think Nimbus is awesome for note-taking. It's a shame that they haven't, they've always had bugs in the tool, to be honest with you, even early on. But I've kind of, they've fixed those, and now they got new ones. It's just unfortunate.
Yeah, Nimbus is my favorite for note-taking too. I mean, Brick would be great if Brick could get some privacy settings on their pages. Then I think Brick can compete with Notion. But Brick I've been using for mini site support pages for clients. If I get off the phone with a client, I'll send them a branded little mini site with their name on it, with a subdomain with the company .brick.do, and they're like, wow, this is great. This is awesome. It takes 5 minutes. Just type up a little support page. And Brick, you just type and it's published. It's ready to go. Share it. No buttons. Just go.
Amazing. You gotta look at that. How much is that still available, or is that gone now?
I think it's ending in the next couple of days or next day. I got it for a full it was less than $100 for 10 codes. This was early on. But if you reach out to the founder, I believe the founder takes care of people. So but Notion, everyone got the Notion upgrade, right? So
yes. Yeah, Notion is pretty powerful. You can do a lot with Notion for sure. I mean, my new favorite is Ghost CMS. I'm looking into it, and it makes so much sense. It's so powerful. I'm already talking to a few developers, team developers, and I was like, hey, you know what? Let's do something, right? I mean, if we can get in... I want to talk a little bit about my 30-day challenge.
Oh, you're talking about Ghost
CMS. Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
There's two ghosts.
For those of you who don't know what Ghost is,
Ghost and Rouhani's Ghost. There's two ghosts. And Rouhani's. There's two different ones. I have one of the ghosts. I don't have Neelish's ghost, but I got Rouhani's ghost.
Yes, that's the WP ghost.
Oh yeah, sorry. Yeah. You want to talk
about what about Adriel? Who is that? Hey, we just talked for half an hour about Adriel, who had just joined. That's Paul O'Connell. Hey, Paul. So we just talked a little bit about Adriel at the beginning. So I think you should watch it when we just very briefly talked about it. So if you watch the recorded version of this stream. But in short, I think Adriel has that pedigree, as in it's coming from being an official Facebook partner There are companies using it. I haven't used it, so I don't know. Win just talked about it during the stream. Joe, what do you think? Have you looked at Adriel at all?
Yeah, I'm not like into I know that one's more of like not a management overview tool, but I haven't found the one yet to monitor / manage Facebook ads, Google ads, especially with the limits and the price. We have clients that are spending, 50,000 a month or more, and I think Angel has like a 10,000 right limit. It's kind of low. We've just had a lot of problems with like third-party tools, even if they're affiliated with Google or Facebook so far, that there's so much money being handled from the client that when a mistake happens, it usually happens from the third-party tool. So we just like to directly deal with Facebook. Google has their own representative that deals with us if you spend a certain amount of ad money. And I think it's easy enough to just use the source. But I can understand having a third-party tool that kind of oversees all this. So Adriel kind of looks like it does that pretty well. But I don't know, just not, we ran it by a couple of guys at the agency and they just said, nah, it's going to cause a problem, at least one problem, in the next few months, which doesn't sound like a lot, but when you have a client spending 50,000, that one problem on a Sunday night, it's going to be big. It's a big deal. So I am not a fan of, there's two kinds of tools I'm not a super fan of. It is the ad tools, the ad monitoring management tools for Google and social media, and the automation tools for social media. Google, so-so. Straight box I'm okay with. But these automation tools and management tools can cause a lot of problems very, very, very quickly. And it's happened to me personally, and it's happened at the agency. So I've seen big fires that could have been avoided by not using these tools. Until more people, I want to see more people use like Adriel and these other tools. Ad you need and all that.
Yeah, no, I agree.
That's just me. I'm a nervous Nelly when it comes to the automation tool and the ad tools.
They got to be solid, man. They got to be rock solid. That's all I can say. I deal with this stuff day in and day out, and I'll tell you this: like, the more complexity you got in your system, the more data you're losing, the more pieces that are going everywhere, and you're not 100% certain that it's telling you the right story. That's a problem.
It's the work. It like we said, it like you're saying, Win, as well. You put too many tools in the workflow. It doesn't. It's supposed to streamline the process, but it actually doesn't. It causes rubbernecks and bottlenecks. What we try to do at work is me and my team. We'll go over tools. We'll discuss them. We'll take a vote. We'll say, what do you guys think? I'm always bringing in these video tools and these AI tools, and they're like, all right, this one's great. And then we don't need that one. But with we've noticed most of us vote with the automation that try to make things easier, and the ad monitoring management tools that we go through everything. Everyone in the group will find something and say, oh, look at this, look at the fine print here. Oh yeah, they're Facebook backed, but for how many years, how long, and this and that. Look, give it time, but by the time Adriel becomes, maybe it could become a solid tool, the LTD will be over, and then we might be kicking ourselves in the butt and saying, oh, we should have grabbed it,
Well,
like I'm sure, like when Zapier first came out, people were saying Zapier, oh, get out of here. That's never going to work. And now we all wish it would come back for a lifetime deal.
I prefer to roll my own on open-ended platforms. So if I'm going to get my data anywhere, I want it to live in my own BigQuery data center. I don't want it in somebody else's. Yeah. This is the problem I got with other people's data. But then if then they can ingest my data that I own and I have cleaned up in the way that I want, I own that. If I can then ingest that into somebody else's tool and have that show me insights, then I'm more than happy to do that. I think that's a great idea.
Yeah.
And that's why I like Wicked Reports. You can do that with Wicked Reports. Not that I'm advocating for that on this call, but Wicked Reports is not cheap. It's like $1,500 to get started, and then it's $600 a month. And that's just to get started. It's not cheap at all. So getting tools that you trust and getting data in the format that you need and being able to run your business. These are all key questions. Can I ask you, change the topic? Can I ask you about Topic Mojo? What's your thoughts on it now? Are you still using it? Is it still a good tool for you?
Yeah. They actually fixed the add-on they've updated it. It's got more features with the trends. I'm liking it. I've been finding there's sometimes, especially at night, that the add-on is not working properly here and there. But then the founder's been on top of it to fix it. He's constantly updating the database and changing and improving it. But it's come in handy. I've already got good value from it, just using it here and there with some client projects. When I go to create some articles for some tier 1, tier 2 websites, or on like Google News Network, I'm big on that now. Publishing articles there, Topic Mojo will help me find the article that I can use for inspiration and to spin it around and get it out there for the lower tier sites. You could really bang these articles out, not hiring a writer and just, getting the process moving faster.
Yeah, it gives you ideas, right? Like that's what I use tools like that for. I use it to kind of give me ideas about.
It's great to use with Ouija, the whiteboard tool. I don't know if you use Ouija yet. It's on SaaS Mantra, and you can just I would go to Topic Mojo and I would go through the search for what I'm looking for, and then grab the YouTube videos from Topic Mojo. Kind of just organize. It's a lazy man's tool. You could go on Google and open up a million tabs and find everything that you can find on Topic Mojo. But then Topic Mojo gives you some of the volumes of what people are searching for with the add-on. And then I'll just copy the video or copy any of the information I see, an Instagram link, and I'll put it on Ouija, on my Ouija board, and kind of do a brainstorming session with Ouija. It's a lot of fun.
I actually did get Ouija, but I refunded it because I had Miro credits. So I was like, you just use
there's so many others out there. Yeah.
But it is a good tool. I think they will develop into a good platform, and I think the founder joined our community as well, and that's one founder I would love to talk to a little bit, to see what their plans are, because I think they're going in the right direction. They just probably competing with somebody like Miro, which is pretty well established platform. But it's a challenge, right? I mean, and I think there is a big market for that. So if they have the right approach, for sure, and it seems like it's a pretty good tool. I just seem to have the Miro credits, so that's why one of the things was should I keep it? But maybe I'll change my mind again and buy it. Happens to me all the time.
It was a good price. It was pretty inexpensive. SaaS Mantra has been coming out with some nice tools lately.
They have.
I've gotten quite a few actually from them. I got Status Ping and Memento, Ouija, Brick. I mean, not bad. I mean, we'll see where it goes, how they all survive, but some not bad, the tools. And the price point's great when they start early bird special $19. You can't go wrong with that.
How do I spell it? Is it like a Ouija board, or how do you?
It's WEJE.
WEJE, Ouija, and SaaS Mantra. Okay.
Yeah, it's a nice one. Yeah, the founder's actually been listening to the community. He made a Ouija group on Facebook, and people have been asking for certain things like the pencil tool, drawing, stuff like that, and he's been trying to knock things off the roadmap. So founder seems very accessible. I've emailed him back.
He's in our community as well, which is
nice guy.
Yes.
So how did you spell it again, Joe? I just WEJE.
WEJE.
WEJE. Okay.
Ouija. It should still be there, I hope. WEJE.
Yeah,
it's a good one. Very lightweight. I know there's other products like it out there. People, I think, are comparing it to, what is it, Neelish? Miro? Miro, is that the one?
Yes.
Oh, I love Miro. I'm a big fan of that.
Yeah, it's not there yet, with what Miro has to offer, I've heard. But for me, what I need, I'm good, It's simple, lightweight, and super fast.
So hold on, but isn't it Miro essentially free? What is it that you're paying for on Miro that this thing gives you, or whatever?
I think Miro's paid, isn't it? Or is it free?
They have a free tier. They have a free tier, but of course, Miro, if you can get startup credits, which are pretty generous.
Okay, looks pretty cool. This kind of looks like that other tool that you were reviewing, Joe, that mind map one.
That might be it. I think I did a review on it was Ouija with Topic Mojo. I did a video.
I see. Yeah.
Might be that one.
Sam is asking Nilesh Mathur, check out this new tool, Surreal Social. It's on AppSumo. What do you guys think? I'm not sure. Let me check. Sam, I'm like, there are so many different tools on AppSumo. Like, I don't check.
I'm with Joe. I don't really like those automated social tools. I really don't. I've told you the story where I literally just put up one video and then I just let the leads come into me. That's how I think. I don't think. I know this sounds weird. I just give you this big, massive data diatribe before, and now you get to my actual content creation, and I literally record the video, chopped a little bit off the beginning, and post it up on YouTube, and then suddenly I'm getting leads. That's literally my content optimization strategy. And my little half an hour video was bringing in thousands of dollars here and thousands of dollars there, and I put no tags or no SEO on it. Anyway, whatever.
So I was saying, I thought inception happened when Joe's voice looped itself. Or he was talking earlier when I started the YouTube thing. I saw this, but I'm a bit skeptical. How many veins are... Hey, hi, Pamela. I'm not sure if I said hi to you, but hello, and thanks for tuning in. So I want to talk a little bit about Ghost CMS, if I may. And I looked at various, I was like, hey, let me find a Ghost CMS Facebook group. There is none. Anyway, so I created it, right? And what is Ghost good for? So Ghost is really good for if you want to keep it to pure blogging, pure writing. It's really, really powerful. And pretty much you can do anything with it. Now, in terms of integrations, yes, there are some good ones. And there is an opportunity to customize it or develop on your own. So I'm going to do a 30-day challenge around Ghost CMS, where every single day you have to write one piece of content on a topic, which should be your blog. Then I'm going to do a video on it and then post it on YouTube, or and then create some smaller pieces of content and put it on social media. Who's going to be part of this challenge? Joe, when are you guys going to do it? Or if anybody else is going to do it?
I'm going to do a 30-day meme challenge.
You could do that. But
I'll join you. I think it's a good idea. I've always wanted to play with. I've played with Ghost, but I've always wanted to do it properly, because I think that's where it's going. React-based, either low code or no code development on React like platforms, and Ghost just makes the most sense to me because it's the one that it just has so much community involvement, and it's demanded by a lot of enterprise organizations. I'm really not a fan of WordPress. I think it's a platform that's enabled a lot of development over the years, but my personal opinion, I don't think it's kept up with the way that things should be done now. That's just my honest opinion. When you look at, and I'm keeping abreast of these trends, like for instance, if you look at mobile app development, would you spend 60K on a mobile app now? Maybe if you're an enterprise, but the way that you do it really would be on React JS native, or on Flutter. That's the other thing. If people want to get into that, check out Flutter. I really believe that there's going to be a big uptick in Flutter development, because you can create for all 4 platforms at the same time: web, iOS, Android, and desktop, believe it or not.
Yes, yeah. And there seems to be, like, in terms of that's the advantage of having Ghost CMS in having the themes in React, right? I mean, you can create apps from it pretty easily, and with all the hassle with, like, if you think about App My Site and things of that nature, if you want to create a simple app, you could do that. I mean, it's already there when it comes to Ghost CMS, but the challenge is about actually writing about a topic. If you have been willing to do this, this is your opportunity, right? Deploying Go CMS on DigitalOcean, you get $100 credit, which will last you for 2 months. I mean, you're basically going to use, like, maybe depending on the droplet you create and the resources you assign, it would be even starting from $5. But we can help people with that if somebody is really stuck on that. But I think most of the folks here are savvy.
Are you going to create a thread that everyone can join in the group so that they can all learn from what you're doing? That's a great idea.
Yeah. And then I'm talking to a few team developers and asking them that, hey, what's your Black Friday deal, right? If you could go and post in our community, that's great, right? I mean, if you can, would be a good time to buy a theme. But if you want to create good content, Go CMS is the way to go without any distractions. WordPress, yes, I have sites on WordPress, extremely powerful, capable with all the plugin ecosystem, what it can do. But if you want to just purely write from an SEO perspective, it's like 20 times faster. It's so good. And, so that's the thing. And if anybody's interested to join into this challenge, for sure. I know we have folks like
actually, I'll join you. Actually, I'll join you. I'm going to do
it. Excellent. Let's see. So yes, anybody who wants to join, 30 days straight, every single day, you have to create one piece of content. I don't know if you don't want to create a video, that's fine, but write something and then post it on the blog. I think it will help you from an SEO perspective. And Joe, you can join with your memes as well. Yes.
I want to join, but I don't know if I have enough time every day. I'm already creating so many articles and content and drawings, and I'm doing so many things. I'm all over the place.
Mm-hmm. Can we talk real quick about project management tools? I know these are not going to be lifetime tools, but I think that we see so many project management tools coming through through AppSumo and SaaS Mantra and other places like that I thought I'd give it just a little bit of a talk about, because one of my frustrations as a person who's always trying to be productive is I find it hard to keep all my ideas in a place that makes sense and is logical and actually enables me to get more work done rather than making another roadblock in the way of me getting work done. So I've tried out Smart Task, I tried out Blue, tried out Plutio, lots and lots of tools. Most of them just haven't really done it. Oh, and Aura, tried out that one. Lots of those tools. Most of them haven't worked for me for one reason or another. Tried out Asana. I haven't tried Monday. Maybe you can talk to that, Neelish, but I have tried out ClickUp recently, and I'm going to tell you,
ClickUp is good.
ClickUp is by far the best, project management, project kind of coordination tool that I've used. Just amazing, just phenomenal.
I've used all of them basically, and ClickUp is my favorite. And my favorite LTD is the Flowloo. Flowloo is very good. Smart Task was not good. I couldn't even sell it. It was no.
I know. People were talking that tool up, and here's a great example of how you cannot trust the feedback on those reviews. You can't, because
there's two win. It's also a use case. I mean, some people use Smart Task, they love it, or Asana. We use it at work, and some people in the company love Asana. Some people love Monday. They say Monday's the best. And then you have the ClickUp crew. It's how you want to see and visualize your workflow. Your tasks. I think if you ask 10 people, they're all gonna like a different style of how to manage it. So I think that's a hard one to pinpoint, because I know people still love Smart Task. They say it's great, it does everything I need, and I love it. And then I go, well, did you try ClickUp or Flowloo? And they said, those weren't good. And I was like, but I love them. How do you not like it?
Yeah. I get that. I think what's a good sign is kind of like I guess you can look at it from a statistical point of view. If you're in this kind of business and you find like 80% of people like that tool, then it's probably a good tool for that kind of business. Not to say that it's gonna, like you say, it's not gonna suit everyone, but you can kind of like see these kind of trends, right?
Hey, I want to give a shout out to some of these folks here who, I mean, have you seen Danny channel, Danny Skulls? I mean, he has a YouTube channel as well.
Really?
I think, he does. And
I'm watching him. By the way, Danny, I'm seeing all your posts in here, and I'm replying back to as many as I can. I think,
and he lives in New York, and he's in New York.
Yeah, he lives in New York. I asked
have a
Danny
New
to
York meetup.
post as well his videos. Danny hasn't posted a video, but I think Danny, you should. And
his videos
Pamela
are great.
is here. So Pamela, I haven't seen any of her videos. What's going on there, Pamela? You should post videos. You did 2 videos and then you stopped. What happened? And then Rouhani posted a video of WP Ghost. It's pretty cool. Did you see that video, Win? From Rouhani?
No. Okay. Well, what's WP Ghost? Sorry,
he actually didn't. I posted it for him. He didn't even want to post it.
What's the deal? What's the deal with that one? What's great about it?
It hides your WordPress paths, basically.
Oh,
so
okay.
Hackers don't get into your site. It actually doesn't slow down the website at all. It's very, very nice plugin. I got it after watching Rouhani's video.
Yeah, I used to develop like that for WordPress. So you would instead of putting it in the public directory, you put it in one directory up from the public, and then that way all that's visible is your application directory, and then from that, and then people can't know whether or not you're running a WordPress site or not. And so a lot of those attacks, those vectors of attacks for WordPress go away. Yeah, so I used to use a framework on WordPress called Sage or Roots for that used to be called Roots before, and you'd get down and dirty with the actual WordPress templating, and very nice platform, but it does exactly what you're talking about. So I know what you mean from a security point of view. It's really very important for WordPress.
Yes. Danny's saying, would it be awesome, Nilesh Mithri, if you could get Nico from Closest Copy for an interview? He's a great founder and super engaged with his community.
I'd love.
So yes, we already offered it to him.
He didn't want to do it.
He backed off, and I'm not sure why. But
we're a big fan. We're a big fan of him and his tool and his community. I'm a big fan of Closest Copy.
Yeah.
I think that if people want to get a proper copywriting tool, and I know there's a lot of tools out there, Writer and blah 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 blah.
Yeah, we even let his affiliate spam and post. Whatever. Yeah, we can certainly get. Ask him. We're more than happy to bring him on, for sure. I mean, let me be honest here. When I bought Closest Copy, it wasn't ready. And I was like, no, I refunded it. I'm not sure, but it did develop into something really good. So
it is
again,
really great.
It can happen. I'm using it today, but
it depends on the topic, though, because I've collected quite a few of them, and I have to say, Closest Copy is excellent on many things, but then on others, you can't even use the content. It depends also how much you give it. Phrase has been consistently very good across the board with its AI writing tool. ScaleNut has surprised me on a lot of topics, but then on others, it craps the bed. All these tools, Writer, they're all very similar. There's none of them are better than the other. I don't think they're all very close, the top tier. Then there's another tier down below where you have the outranking ScaleNut, not ScaleNut, Longshot is the other one. There's a couple like PepperType is in the middle, Niches, But Closest Copy, I use Closest Copy every day, ScaleNut, and Phrase. Those three, and Writer. I try to rotate.
You use ScaleNut a lot. Is that what you're saying?
I just started recently. It's pretty good quality content. I was surprised. I thought it was going to just be another, I put Phrase as, for me, out of all the niches and subjects I write for, Phrase is the one that will give me the most consistent content in return because it doesn't rely on the GPT-3. Closest Copy doesn't either as well. It has its own AI writing tool, and so does ScaleNut. So that's why those three are great. They kind of can write something past 2018, because a lot of the ones that rely on the GPT-3 can't write about COVID because it happened before 2018, 2019.
Right. What I love about Closest Copy, I'll talk more about that. And you're right. You did right, Jay. They're all got their little bits and pieces that are better and worse. What I love about Closest Copy is it's made specifically for sales copywriting. So if you're writing, I'm not talking about content for content generation like blogs and articles and stuff like that. Probably better tools out there than that. Hard to say.
But it produces good articles too, not just sales. It does a good job with the other stuff.
Yeah. Don't get me wrong, it does. But if you're writing specifically for persuasive sales copy, Closes copy is it, because it's got the frameworks built in. You can train your own frameworks. You can also take the output of one framework and have it be the input into the next one. So they're starting to do that kind of stuff now. And they have specifically trained it on the world's best copy, right? We got access, people have been curating this stuff for years now. We've got many decades worth of copy, and Closes copy is trained on that. So if you're specifically writing persuasive sales copy for a landing page or for an ad, like a Facebook ad, Closes copy definitely should be a consideration if you're doing this on a regular basis. It will definitely help speed up your workflow.
And the big thing with Closes copy is the community, the group, the founder are great. You don't feel intimidated. You don't feel intimidated in that group. You don't feel like you're asking a stupid question. I've asked dumb questions. They don't come after you. Like Phrase, I love the tool. It's awesome. But I will not ask questions in that group because they'll come after you with pitchforks if you say the wrong thing. And if you mention that you bought an AppSumo and I bought the original AppSumo Phrase deal, forget it. The fanboys will find you. They'll come after you. They're not fun. So there's a lot to say about, and the founders aren't as accessible as, Closes copy. And the Scale Nut bunch, they seem like a good bunch of guys. They'll get back to me on the weekend. They seem to have good funding and they have a vision for their product. So I always look into that. I was like, I kind of, Phrase is the one tool that I was like almost ready to stop using. I get rid of the paid add-on because I didn't like the interactions I had with some of the team members. But the tool is so damn good. And it's improving every week that I'm holding on to it,
Hey, is there like a social listening tool for like live streams or something which alerts Casey Wong? Because every time we talk about Closes copy, he's like right there in the comments. Like, how does that happen? How does that happen?
He is their biggest fan.
He's the biggest fan. And I was like, you know what? Go ahead and post your, link, right? I mean, that's fine. But
the official ambassador. You should be the official ambassador for Closes copy, Casey Wong.
Yeah, I call him KC4CC.
Hey, Corey is saying I don't have 30 days worth of LTD deals. So I think you're referring to that 30-day challenge. We're not going to talk about, I'm not asking you to create 30 days of content on LTDs. No, I'm not asking you to create 30 days of content for me or anything as well. So just in case my friend Andre is listening, I'm not asking anybody to create any content for me or on LTDs. I'm asking whatever content you want to create, you do it on your blog, right? So it can be WordPress, whatever experience you have, whatever is your area of interest, you take that 30-day challenge. But we do it together. It doesn't have to be on LTDs or something. So Corey, for somebody like you, it would be great doing it on your channel. And I need not tell you, right? Like you're the master of videos. So you can do it on any topic you want, but every day you create a video, right?
So it's really about our collective journey together, right? It's about us helping each other to get through it. That's really what it is about.
It is not about what we are like. It is really to help you and have that motivation as a group to deliver on it every single day, right?
I think that's a great idea. Love it.
Yes. So can I do a parallel challenge on WordPress? My whole business is on it. Absolutely, 100%. Go for it, Pamela. Do it for sure. Danny, thanks for the shout out. Yes, you're welcome. Anytime. We'll definitely post some videos. This method is the enterprise method for WP.
That cracks me up. See that Andrew O'Hara is back. Thank you, Ruhani, for reminding us.
Definitely love closest copy, my favorite writing tool. Connects it, leaving AppSumo soon. Any thoughts? Anyone using it? So Connects it did I think they did like a $1 deal or a $12 deal per year, and now they're doing an LTD. I'm not sure how big is their community, how active it is. But Jason, out of all the tools, I think Connexit is the only one out of Pabbly, Integrately, and Connexit is the only one who currently has like an affordable LTD. So
Okay.
I'm not sure how deep the integration is, but maybe something like Integromat would be one of the better options out there. I just think. No videos for now. Q4 is big season for blogging. Need my full attention. Who is this? Oh yeah, that's Pamela. Okay.
I tell you, with the whole API connection thing, that's one of the reasons why I learned JavaScript. It wasn't because I wanted to be a nerd. It was because I got sick and tired of using tools like Zapier and that ilk of tools. They serve a need. It's usually a temporary need, but then as soon as I can, I get around to whizzing something up. That's just the way I deal with it now. And it's actually not that hard. It's not as hard as people think it is. Creating little scripts for API connections is easier than people actually believe. I should do a course on it one day.
Yes.
Alrighty. What are we doing? I've got to shoot, guys. Got to do some stuff.
Yeah. So, okay. I think we have a few more comments. Casey's saying, Nilesh Mathur, I'm trolling you, man. He's using brand mentions to catch this. Okay, I hope brand mentions was that powerful, man. Like I could be, you could really listen into some of these streams and then they alert you, right? That would be pretty cool.
Pamela's saying she wants me to do a thing on API stuff. I got an idea. Why don't we do a session one day and I'll show people how to use Postman and how to actually test your API connections and to do some of these connections. What do you think, you guys?
Yeah, sounds great. Yeah.
It's a very, very practical thing. I mean, I do this.
I was talking to Laurel today, actually, and she wanted me to recommend some course on it because we work a lot with Twilio and Cisco APIs too. So, so she was asking me about a course on API. So, I mean, if you have a recommendation other than scaling lean for APIs, you could let us know. Does scaling lean cover APIs?
No, I don't think so. I don't think so.
Does it cover APIs and memes and video
APIs
tools?
and memes?
That's my next book, APIs and memes.
That scaling lean is so powerful, actually. When I've been listening to it since you told me like 2 years ago, I got the audiobook. And Joe still asked me, did you actually get that? I was like, yeah, I got it like a year ago, like a year and a half ago since we last talked about it. And I've been listening to it. And it's really
I'm waiting for the movie. I think it's coming to Netflix.
You know what? Well, let's do this. Let's do the API thing with Ruhani. Ruhani, do you want to do that with me and jump on? We'll do that together. You're a gun, right? I'm a junior. You are the man. It only makes sense that we would have you on here to assist me or do it with me, or even do it, and then I can be the junior boy that backs you up. Ruhani's a gun. Everyone knows that, but let's do that. And let's show some real basic ideas, not go too far down the rabbit hole. Show people some really basic ideas on how to do some basic webhook connections and basic API connections. And I think the tools that we would use really for just getting started and doing the most basic of things, you'll be surprised, guys. Like, honestly, 80% of the stuff that you're currently doing with Zapier, you can do yourself and do it very quickly and essentially almost for free.
Hey, what's what's up with Adillo? Corey is saying. Adillo, I think there is some problems there for sure.
I've been using it. I haven't had problems. I know people had problems with support, but I got it before AppSumo, the lifetime deal, and it's been working well for me.
Alrighty. I really do have to go in a few minutes, guys.
Yeah, we'd love to do APIs. No way, by the way. Props for your VS Code icon. Okay, scaling lean stage show landing in Broadway in March 2022. As Jason. Adillo D is missing. That's all. Oh, yeah. Okay. Good for me too. No issues so far. Hey, StreamPal. What happened to StreamPal? I know when you have to drop off. Anyone trying Marketing Master on SaaS Mantra? It's over in 25 hours. We're just checking it out. Marketing Master. No, I haven't. But we can check and follow up on that, Danny, with you. Hopefully tomorrow.
Damn.
Yes. Win, you can drop off. We can cover a few other things with Joe, and then drop off as well.
Alrighty. Okay, that's cool. All right, nice talking to you guys. Thank you, Neil.
Nice seeing you, Win. Nice talking to you.
Thank you everyone for joining us as well. So see you guys on the next one. See you guys.
Yeah, we'll see you soon. Thanks a lot, Win. Bye. Just give me a minute here. I am going to bring you here, and I'm going to change your name, and we're good to go.
It's okay.
All right. Okay. Sorry about that. Okay. Yes. So Win is gone. I'll catch up with him later. Okay. So yes, Joe, all yours. What's happening with Adillo or any other tools you want to talk about? And I think it's about 11 o'clock, so maybe we continue for another 15-20 minutes.
Yeah, like my kids, I've had my mic on mute most of the time because there's a fire starting in the house. The kids they're asking if they're still awake. I'm like, oh yeah, the girls are still awake. Yes. It's getting crazy. It's like they know they know when I go on, alive, and they just start. It never fails, even during the day working from home. My girls will come around me and start smashing the keyboard and pulling on the microphone. They want to be a part of it.
Yes. Joe, did you see this or Halloween?
Oh yeah, I saw you post something about doing a scary. It's pretty. It's on your eye. Oh, that's pretty scary.
Yes.
I like that. Is that part of Ecamm or like a template from? Where'd you get that from?
No. I just took a video of Shutterstock on Pictory, and then it was a green screen video. I literally took it, and I explained that in my notes.
Yeah,
it's quite a few. So
very nice.
Yeah, it's pretty clean. I think there is a few in there, so you can literally download them and create some graphics for your.
Are you going to dress up for Halloween?
Yeah, probably like a pumpkin or something. I don't know.
I think my daughter wants me to be Frankenstein because of my new short haircut. I look like Frankenstein. I just need the little.
Oh, that's pretty cool.
So I don't know. I might do that. She's going to be a zombie mermaid. I will see. But we should maybe I'll go as something scary for Halloween, like a swipe bucket. Go as could be a swipe bucket or a swipe basket.
Yes.
But
Pamela is saying, "Oh, I'm looking for chatbot to email. Marketing Master seems to fit the bill."
Yeah, that's one I've seen people talking about. I think that deal is ending soon, right? Or marketing master. Who was talking about that? I think Gene or Wilson. I think he's a fan of that one. I'm not sure. I haven't tried it yet. But I don't know. It's not hyped up like the other ones, but it might be a good one.
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah, I'm tempted to check it out. I mean, SaaS Mantra has been bringing some good deals. So
yeah, is that one ending soon, or I think it's been around, right, for a bit, because I see people talking about it. And I think it's winding
it's
down
ending
the
soon.
deal.
So Danny's
Yeah.
saying that it's ending in 25 hours.
Oh wow! So we really got to get on that one.
Yes.
It seems to do similar things to the other, like VBout, and charge, doing a lot of things, right? But it just at a lower price and not as established, I guess. And plus, it's on SaaS Mantra, so people get worried. It's not an AppSumo yet, but I could see a lot of things go to SaaS Mantra or PitchGround, and then they'll come over to AppSumo later. 24 hours. Wow. Yeah. I don't know. I don't know with all these tools, you just have to like throw a dart and get lucky.
Yes. I mean, so there are a few indicators, right? Like, for sure, when I'm like, I want to invite founders who are a little bit more involved, or somebody from the company, which if it's an established company, right? So if it's like a 2-person company and you're not getting response, then there is a problem.
Yeah.
Right? Because
I've been having that at SaaS Mantra too. A couple of the tools I was ready to refund because they weren't getting back to me,
Yeah. And that's the problem, right? So because I mean, if they're going to do that to you when they are actually in a marketing channel and they are promoting something, what are the chances they will never get back to you when that promotion is over? Pretty high, right? You don't want to get stuck with a new tool, and it doesn't matter. It's like $39 or $40, but you want to support these founders, but you want them to deliver on certain things as well, right? Because you need that tool as much as they need your money and feedback, right? But if they can't come good on your feedback, then it's a waste of your time and money. And $40 is not much but from the amount of time you spend on that tool, it's invaluable, right, for the founder, right? I mean, essentially, the founder is saving on that beta testing cost. Exactly. The time you in the features which you suggest, it will either help make or break them, right? So but if they can't take that feedback, they're MIA kind of thing, then you don't want to waste your time, and you don't want to waste even $40 on something.
I feel like I've been working for visual sitemaps for the last few weeks, going back and forth and, beta testing, pushing it to the limits. And they've even used my cases, my support tickets as their FAQs, which I posted in the group, which was very funny. And I was like, just leave it up, but visual sitemaps, which I'm holding on to until the refund period expires, if they can get everything implemented, the things that I requested, because I think they looked at it from not an SEO point of view. It was more of a nice tool to use for meetings with clients, but they didn't realize how many clients understand what a sitemap looks like, a real true sitemap. I would say most of my clients know what a sitemap is. And I showed visual sitemaps to some of my coworkers, and they were like, we can't show this to the client. They'll laugh us out of the room. So I told visual sitemaps, I've been in contact with their support, and they've been great. They've been adding these requests, and others have asked for it as well. And they've added it to their roadmap, but I don't know if they're going to get it done in time. If they can fix the interlinking and have a true sitemap with the hierarchy in place, the drag and drop from right to left, it'll be a great tool. But otherwise, you could just use Screaming Frog's sitemap, crawl tree. That's one of those tools where I'm like, God, I hope they fix it because it could be so amazing, But what do? You wait, or do you refund? Because right now it's almost unusable unless you're using it for a few pages on your site. But when we crawled like 500-page sites, 1,000 sites, it was a mess. You couldn't use it.
Yes, I had an interesting interaction with the Visual Sites Map founder. Yes. Ronnie's saying SAS Mantra. I'm just sad with them because no coupons. Coupons, man. Why not? So Ronnie, I think SAS Mantra sends you a coupon when if you're a new user or if it's your birthday. So tomorrow could be your birthday, and you get a coupon from SAS Mantra.
The
So they give
prices are
me
so low already, though, SAS
yeah, they
Mantra,
give you a
especially
$10 coupon.
if you get an early bird, if you get like the deal when it first come out, it's like $20 for a code or something. So it's pretty good pricing. I mean, if they do a coupon on top of that, you're gonna get things for $10, which would be great.
Yeah. I mean, those are pretty amazing prices. $39. I picked up something for $39, and then I had a $10 coupon. It was like $29 for a tool. I was like, wow,
Yeah, it's a great deal.
Any thoughts on PLAI? As I'm super new in advertising, but it seems they support a lot of platforms. I saw that somebody posted it today.
Yeah, that was today. That's another one of those ad management tools, right?
It's like a competing with Adriel. Is that the case?
Adriel and Ad You Need. I believe it's in that space. I like I said before, I'm always looking at these tools when they come out, and they seem to be coming out more and more. But I really need a lot of people to test them for me because, you know, from what I've tested from the ones I've had, I've been disappointed. But maybe this one will be the right one. It just handling all those ads in that advertising, space. Oh, he says it's much more basic than Adriel. Rouhani, you have to test it and do a video.
Yes, Ruhani, we need more videos for sure. And we have Vijay Anand Krishnan Vasudevan. Hey, Vijay, how are you? You're saying
Hey,
hi.
VK.
Thanks for joining
Hey.
in. I think you're almost catching us at the end of the stream, but hope you get to watch the recording. And thanks for joining in. So
Rouhani's saying it's more like Scalify, and Ad You Need. He's testing it. I refunded Ad You Need and Scalify because there was just too many issues, and the ads weren't being published, and the account wasn't connected correctly. They had a lot of things on their roadmap. They still haven't completed them. So I was just like, those are the last two. And I know Adriel is more of a monitoring tool, not just like a management. So it monitors all your stuff. So it looks like, from what Rouhani's saying, is this one is more of a management, like Ad You Need and Scalify, which needs a lot of testing.
I was looking at a Facebook ad today of Hexomatic. So I was like, okay.
Oh, me too.
I clicked on it, and in the URL it goes like UTM Scalify. So I thought, oh, Hexomatic is using Scalify for this Facebook ad campaign. Or
that tool, Hexomatic, it's been popping up, and I think Alston was doing an interview with the founder, and that's where I saw it again, and it's got me interested. But it's an automation tool. But the thing I like about it is it doesn't do, because I talked to the founder. I said, no automation tools for me anymore. I think Laurel was discussing it in our group. And
yes,
I believe
and I thought
the founder came in and he said, no, we don't deal with social media. We won't go there. We're just doing Google, websites. And I was like, oh, that's great. That's interesting, because that's something I'm into. But they don't use proxies, which gets me nervous. And I know they say it's safe, but I'm a scrape box guy. I've been using the old scraping tools, and without proxies and protection, and I know that these new tools say, oh, it's through the cloud and it's through their, through them, they eventually over time could get hit from Google if the users abuse the system. So I don't know how good their safeguards are. These automation tools, without a proxy, I get worried.
Yes, I mean, I was looking at that interaction from Chris, I think, Chris Closet or something.
I think, so. Yeah. He's very He's very involved in the group. Seems like a great founder, and it looks like it's one of the automation tools that have caught my interest. First one since TechSaw, kind of into that one. But then I got rid of TechSaw pretty quickly after it turned my LinkedIn upside down. I was like, no more.
Yeah. Oh, how did it turn your LinkedIn upside down?
It gave me it shut down the account. What happened was it was running through their safe desktop app that did not need proxies, and you couldn't even put proxies in it. And I even told the founder, I said, you have to have proxies. The desktop is not safe. And it figured out that my IP was hitting LinkedIn with one of its recipes. And it just blocked me for a few days, kicked me out, gave me a warning, said if I do it again, my account's gone for good. So, and then I saw other people having problems with Twitter and LinkedIn. And whenever you brought it up in the community, in his group, he would just delete you from the group. So I was like, I don't need this.
Oh, that's a shame.
Yeah. It was a risky tool. And I mean, I don't know everything about, or I don't even know probably half of what a lot of people know on automation tools, but from the years of using Scrapebox, I have an understanding of what an IP address hitting, a Google search or a social media platform can do if you're not protecting your IP. You're going to get in trouble,
Yes.
And
especially if you are engaged in activity which is they're specifically forbidding kind of thing, right?
There's little things. I mean, the users, you have to have these automation tools are great, but you have to, in the founder's mind, he's thinking everyone's going to use it the right way and not abuse it. And I knew there was people who were already abusing it. They were like, who cares? And that's putting a red flag on his servers, so drawing attention, it's not good. I mean, and some of the users didn't understand that, if you're scraping using one of these automation tools like LinkedIn, and your phone has LinkedIn not signed out, LinkedIn will see that there's two coming from the same location and will hit you, and a lot of people will know the little things like that to make sure you're not logged in on your phone at the same time as you're scraping, because people will do that, not realizing they have the thing scraping in the background for a few hours on their desktop, and they're in the kitchen on their phone on LinkedIn at the same time. LinkedIn sees that and says, how you logged in at, twice.
Yes. Definitely have to be a little bit more careful, for sure. With so I mean, I'm keen on Hexomatic for sure. I have Texa. I actually was thinking, because based on the other apps which these folks have developed, Hexact is the name of the company.
Yeah,
I was thinking, we should bring on the founder at some stage, but we'll see how it goes.
Yeah, that would be great, because it does draw my interest again that he's not doing social media. He's going after for the websites, which seems to be a safer play, and he understands that, which is great. He's not trying to do too much.
Yes.
Which is, he's focused.
Absolutely. So I think with that, Joe, we should call it a night. And thank you everyone for joining in, and thanks Joe for joining as well.
Yeah, nice seeing you again.
Very random, but we've been doing it after such a long time, like 2 weeks. So I'm glad you were able to join. We should do that a lot more.
Yeah, and even my wife even said, she said the other day, "Oh, you're not doing your video thing anymore." I said, "What video thing? This is a very big production. We're going to be on Netflix soon. It's going to be a big deal."
yes, startups with a whole show around it, right? So, hey, Alston, how are you doing?
Hey, Alston, we were just talking about you. He must have heard. There's something going on. They're hearing us.
Yes, all I'm sure we gotta ask these folks what they are using, because whenever we call their name out or something specific to them, they're here. Casey Wong, Alston, So, hey, with that, okay, thanks everyone for joining in. Thanks a lot, Jason, Ruhani, Pamela, Danny, Zav. Who else are we missing? Corey. Yeah, everybody who joined. I think it was Vijen, Casey. Shout out to everybody. Thank you so much, guys. Pamela, and hopefully we'll do another one maybe this coming week. So thank you, Joe. Thanks a lot.
Yeah,
enjoy your night.
Good night.
And
Good morning.
have a great day, everyone.
You too.
Parts of Asia and stuff, right?
Yeah. So. Have a good day.